Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Temitope Akitade. I'm a writer at Technext. Yeah, so the title of our discussion is Crypto Beyond Buying and Selling. So as a normal Nigerian, right, an average Nigerian does not know more than buying and selling crypto. You know, when you go to social media, everything you see in all crypto communities is that I buy Bitcoin, I sell Bitcoin, I want to sell my Bitcoin. So those are the things an average Nigerian know about cryptocurrency. But the blockchain technology, the technology backing cryptocurrencies, there are so many things we can do beyond just buying and selling crypto. So this afternoon, we are going to discuss these possibilities, you know, other stuff, other things we can do with cryptocurrencies. Yeah, so I'm going to be calling 4 speakers. Our first speaker is Chuta Chimezie, the founder of BNUG. The second speaker on our list is Obinna Iwuno, the president of SIBAN. So the 2 other speakers are going to be joining us online. The first speaker is Ugochukwu Aronu, the founder of Xend Finance. The first speaker is also going to be joining us online. It's Seun Dania, the founder of TradeFada. All right, so to get started now, the first question goes to Chuta Chimezie. In the African context, when an average person do not know more than just buying and selling Bitcoin, what exactly do we mean by saying crypto beyond buying and selling? What do we mean by that?
Okay, thank you so much, and thanks to everyone that is seated here. Thanks to the organizers of the event, and it's really awesome to be in this place physical. Yeah, crypto in Africa has been a great game changer, especially among young people, because it's all about alternative finance for us, and also an alternative opportunity to safeguard our hard-earned money. And for most people also is also about an opportunity to speculate on a new technology, which is really something that is driving a whole lot of financial inclusion in most parts of Africa. So when you see someone who is involved with crypto, he's probably engaged with the technology for any of the 3 reasons I've already mentioned. And I don't know for you why you are in crypto, but for me, I'm actually in crypto for the 3 of them, because I believe that having an alternative is something that is really very helpful for us in Africa, because our currency systems in all the countries of Africa are usually, or they are government backed. So as long as governments continue to wobble and fumble in their policies, they will keep giving room for people to seek alternatives to hedge their hard-earned money, alternatives to have a transactional instrument that is away and outside of their control and monitoring. Okay, so basically, it opens a whole lot of opportunity for a whole lot of people. I don't want to go into the areas where it's also enabling industry innovations. I don't think we'll get to that. So I'll stop there.
All right, thank you very much for that response. So before we go deeper into the discourse, the second question goes to Obinna. Yeah, so can we say in Africa, as Nigeria as a focus, can we say Nigeria is ready for crypto beyond buying and selling, considering the fact that even buying and selling cryptocurrencies at the moment is not as seamless as it should be? Can we say Nigeria is ready for that?
Thank you very much for that question. Before I proceed, I'd like to say a big thank you to Technext for putting up this event together, and for also having me here. All right, and all of you for attending. Thank you for coming, and I hope that this conference gets to impact on you a lot, and you are going to leave here with some new ideas and understanding. So, coming to the question that you asked, I have often viewed cryptocurrency as not just a tool for buying and selling, right? My approach in the industry as a whole has been different. Yeah, did we introduce buying and selling? Yes, of course. But we must understand the main purpose for creating cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency originated from Bitcoin. And if you have read the Bitcoin white paper, you would never see a place where the purpose for creating cryptocurrency was to buy and sell it. It was created as a means of payment. All right? So the whole buying and selling is more like an invasion of an industry. But then, because it is an innovation and a technology, you cannot actually stop people from innovating on it or creating ideas or, bringing different use cases or sectors out of it. It's something that is totally unstoppable. Because look at the issues of exchanges. This is the same middleman that Satoshi was trying to eliminate. But we have come to become dependent on them. But the main issue here is the fact that buying and selling has come in, but the real use cases have been left out. And then buying and selling has become more promoted than any other thing. So if you ask anybody who is in this hall why they are in crypto, they tell you they are here to make money, right? And so that is the wrong notion that has been sold to us. And we need to start correcting that. There are so many use cases that we can use for crypto. Let me even give you like a most basic one. Anybody in this room can start an international business using cryptocurrency, right? Because you are going to use crypto for payments, and these payments can be made to anybody anywhere in the world, and they can receive and confirm it within a matter of seconds and minutes. And it removes all the hassles of paperwork, long wait time in the banks and all of that. Something as simple as that can empower a lot of young Nigerians who are creative, who can offer certain services that are needed beyond these shores. But because they do not have access to a means of payment, they cannot make those value available to people, and they cannot also generate value in return. This is just like on a basic level that can create a lot of economic activities for us. So if we take only the ability to make cross-border payments, right? Remittance, international trade, facilitation between two parties, that is already huge. Because when you go through the traditional financial sector, it's easier for me as a Nigerian to send money to the US than it is for me as a Nigerian to send money to Zambia. But why can't I send money to Zambia? So these are just the primary use cases that cryptocurrency can solve for us beyond buying and selling of cryptocurrency. Because the buying and selling, what real economic activity does it create? It doesn't really create any economic activity, right? So we are looking at things that, how can this technology benefit us? How can this technology impact our society? How can it impact our economy? That is the angle that I am looking at it from.
All right, so do you think Nigeria, as a country, do you think we are ready for crypto beyond buying and selling? Considering the fact that even buying and selling cryptocurrencies in Nigeria is still not as seamless, it's still not as easy as it's supposed to be.
We are ready, yes and no.
Can you expand it?
Yes. So the yes that we are ready is the fact that people already know about cryptocurrency, right? You could give or take, you can say that at least 5 to 10% of Nigerians are already aware of cryptocurrency. How much they are educated about it is not something that we can categorically state of a fact and say that this is a percentage of the population that is really educated about it. But no, because do we even have the necessary infrastructures that would enable us to trade cryptocurrency? You know, do we have those infrastructures to assess it? One, the education is still not wide. And how much is the internet penetration in Nigeria? So if it is just those of us in Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, Enugu, and the major cities of Nigeria that can access it, we have fewer populations in the cities than we have in the hinterlands, right? The less developed areas are where the more populations are. That means we have largely the most percentage of our population left out. We can't call that adoption. Right? Then we talk about the tools that you need to access it. You need a smartphone, at least basic. The cheapest smartphone is higher than the minimum wage in Nigeria. So if these people cannot afford these things, how are they going to be able to plug into the crypto economy? So there is a lot of things that needs to be fixed, that needs to be put in place, you know, for all of these things to happen. And then you begin to talk about government's perspective to it. We know the issue with the Central Bank of Nigeria. Since 2021, this is 2 years and counting. It hampered the whole industry, you know, and stopped quite a number of progress that we would have recorded in that past 2 years, you know. So we need clarity on regulations. We need policies around these things to shape its operations in the country. So these are some of the things that has made us not ready for it. But on the other side, we are also, yes, ready, because there are a lot of people. How did we get to over 10 million people that knows about cryptocurrency and have used or transacted cryptocurrency in Nigeria? You know, that is another bright side that we should be looking at as again. In Africa, Nigeria holds over 66% of the adoption. That is huge. That means we control over 66% of the entire continent. And that is something that government should really look into. If only Nigeria holds 66%, what does this mean to us? How does this turn to a gain for us? Instead of fighting it, because human beings have a certain way of thinking and reacting to things, right? So when you tell people not to do something, they are not asking why not to do it. They want to go and do it and find out why you say they should not do it, right? So what I'm seeing here is more of the approach should be more of partnership, collaboration, right? But there also needs to be that overseeing force, like regulations and policies to shape it, because if you let it run wild on its own, then a lot of things are going to go wrong. There are also the bad sides of cryptocurrency. It could also be used for the wrong things, and we don't want to become a nation polarized by the wrong effects of cryptocurrency, right? So there has to be a balance in both sides.
All right, thank you very much for that explicit answer. So, the next question goes to Chuta. So, as an expert in this space, I want you to list out real-life solutions, real-life products that we can do with cryptocurrencies beyond buying and selling.
Okay, as I earlier stated, crypto is extremely useful for us in Africa. I think crypto is going to succeed more in Africa than any other place in the world, because this is one place where we don't have structures and legacy systems that would have challenged the adoption of crypto. I called a friend of mine in US a couple of years ago to ask the person if he knows about Bitcoin, and the person didn't even show any interest, because they have systems that work. There has been situations where US Congress sat down to ask questions like, what exactly is the problem that Bitcoin is solving that is unique, that we don't have any solution to? But when you come back to Africa, that kind of question has huge answers that you. So let's say, for instance, you are a Nigerian worker, and last year you were earning, let's say, 150,000 naira in salary every month, and you used your $100,000 out of 100,000 naira out of the 150,000 naira that you used it to buy Bitcoin every month for the last 1 year, you would have gotten an accumulation of about 1.2 million naira worth of Bitcoin in the last 1 year. Now, when you come over here and you want to match the value of your naira in the last 1 year and today, you'll find that whereas the value of naira had depreciated, your Bitcoin has hugely appreciated in size, in price. So here again, you see, first of all, you are hedging. You're hedging your earning against inflation. Whereas, listen, when we talk about crypto, we want to like be specific here. Or I want to be specific. I want to be specific to Bitcoin. Okay? Because crypto has become a word that has been abused. You know, people just gather together and they organize some stuff and they say, this is crypto and it's going to kill Bitcoin and you should buy it. And before you know it, everybody is, you know, scampering for how to survive. You know, so I want to be specific to Bitcoin here. And I think it's better for us to talk Bitcoin rather than talk crypto, so that we don't send the wrong signal. So let's say you buy Bitcoin and you held it for 1 year. And another person didn't buy Bitcoin, but he also held his fiat for 1 year. When you come and you want to analyze, you see the depreciating value of the fiat currency. And nobody needs to tell anybody anywhere that it's better for him to hold an asset that appreciates, or at least an asset that is, you know, that maintains its value. So that use case there is super interesting for anyone. When Obinna was talking about our readiness, you see, Nigeria is such a place where if you are waiting for everybody to be ready, then you have already lost your chance already. So we don't need to wait for when everybody is 100% ready. It's only people who seek that find. Do you understand me? It's only those who knock that experience open doors. Do you understand me? It's only those who ask that, you know, get answers. So you don't expect everybody to knock, seek, and, you know, ask at the same time. People do that at different points. So that's the same thing about crypto. People are asking the right questions and they are getting the right answers. Even though there are no regulations, people are still transacting with crypto. People are still taking advantage of the technology. So it's important that we understand that nobody is coming to give you a red carpet to cross over from being in the realm of the poverty-stricken life to the realm of abundance. You need to get up and seek the solutions and the answers, and that's why crypto is available there for us.
All right, thank you very much. So I'm going to be directing the next question to Ugochukwu, who is joining us online. So to Ugochukwu, as someone that has built so many products using cryptocurrency, can you, in just 2 minutes, can you highlight real-life products that cryptocurrency can solve in Nigeria? Yes, I can. We can. We stopped hearing you.
Sorry, I think someone muted me.
You can go on now.
Post is muting, something is wrong. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Go on.
Okay, great, thank you. Yeah, okay, thank you everyone. Yeah, so I'd just like to mention that from the keynote speaker and also from other speakers in the event, solutions as simple as one, hedging against inflation, right? That's a very important thing. Another thing is maybe having your products, creating products that can be accessed by people from different parts of the world. So I'll give you an example. In terms of inflation, so in the past, like 3 years, I remember when we started my company, Xend Finance. I think the dollar rate was, dollar to naira was just, I think $1 was 400 or thereabout, 300 or something. But now it's over $1. And yes, you could actually earn interest by leveraging G5 solutions. But apart from that, just even hedging against inflation, right? Creates so much value for you, which has, the way the naira is, you can see that there's a clear value for people around here, right? And I personally know a lot of people that were using money, the money markets in Nigeria, different savings platforms like banks, banking platform directly, people feel more confident going to banks, and it's fine, right? And with what has happened in the last 3 years, all the funds they have basically been lost, right? They have gone down the drain. So devaluation or losing value or inflation is actually a huge, proving that is actually a big plus by leveraging and stable cryptocurrencies. Now, another thing, accessing products, building things from here and having a lot of people access it. So I'll give you a simple example. People create products or build nowadays proliferation of mobile apps, web applications, and one major challenge a lot of people have is to be able to give other people access to these products, right? Maybe to even test it, right? And then allow people from different parts of the world buy the products and use it free. Now, with the current financial system, you will see that it's quite difficult to achieve that, right? Because you might need so much, there's a lot of regulation, so much paperwork. Let's say you want to integrate a strike, for example. This is almost impossible, right? You have to have a US address. There's just so much paperwork to be done. Let's say you want to integrate, you are not allowed in America or Europe access to your product, doing integrations with their banks. There's one article I read, I think sometime last year, a fintech company, I think it's Rex or so, I've forgotten the company, because they're trying to make payments very accessible for people in America. That before they could integrate, I think about 30% of the US banks, they had to, do over 100, I think over 200 and something integrations, over 200 just to do about 30% of the US banks. Now they have a whole team just working on integrations. I can imagine how costly that would be. Or with a product like with crypto or with TradeFada, you can easily just plug into smart contracts and things that you want. Right? In as much as it has its own disadvantages in terms of security, but once you have that sorted out, you're good to do. So these are like products that are critical for people where inflation or to access to what you're selling. A lot of people get happy with entrepreneurial spirit. They want to make things. They want to sell it to the world. And with crypto, it gives us that advantage. It gives us that, makes that possibility just there for us to drive. Right? So we don't have to pay or do so much verification, deal with a lot of different companies just to be able to test, even testing your products, right? Yeah, so it's very, very sad. Because if you're unable to test your product, if you're unable to try things out, then innovation is greatly reduced, right? And that's one of the major problems in practicing. People have great ideas, they want to test it out, but to be able to even test it, right, with the major blocks in different parts of the financial system, you just get tired and your efforts will be poor. Right? But with crypto or with the blockchain, it makes life very, very easy.
All right, thank you very much. So moving on now, the next question goes to Seun Dania. In the past 1 year or thereabouts, people have lost money to crypto exchanges. I wouldn't like to mention them, but so many African native crypto exchanges have shut down. People have lost so much money, and people are losing trust in cryptocurrencies day by day. So the next question goes to Seun Dania. Do you think this lack of trust in African crypto exchanges, do you think is going to hamper the development of crypto beyond buying and selling? Seun Dania, please.
Hi, good afternoon, Dr. Yes, crypto beyond buying and selling and as far as exchanges are concerned, like all the speakers have actually said, there's no reason for people to get interested in particular new technology or products. And one of the things that unites everybody around the world is finance, is money, everything that costs money. So the blockchain technology came about. It's probably been around for for some time, but a lot of people took more interest in blockchain technology when the Bitcoin white paper came out, which was that the humans technology, peer-to-peer cash system. That cash is what sparked a lot of interest. People are willing to understand how I make money. Of course, things happen, a lot of things, people have been buying and selling, and as you mentioned, there's a use case which already what are remittances, but then how do we then get the cryptocurrencies? That's how the exchange is going to solve the problem. Essentially, we always be thinking around being able to solve these problems. Now we solve the problems of dealing with finances. We probably don't have too many solutions for finances, but I'll just quickly touch on a few other things that are beyond buying and selling. So besides speculating, we all can be speculators, we all can be solving the problem of buying and selling cryptocurrencies. But if you bring it down, cryptocurrencies can actually play a role in our global economy. In terms of how we're able to use it to promote economic development in developing countries like ours. I think we also need to use cryptocurrencies for gaming, social media, etc. We see a few products that are coming that way. But we can also use, like the panel session we had before this, we're using cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology within the art and entertainment industry. Imagine the artists being able to get their royalties in real time. That should be a game changer for everyone. And I believe there's some platforms already doing that. You can also use cryptocurrencies to create social impact and philanthropy. There's a particular company, a friend of ours who's also in Nigeria, Complexity. They built a system that chats, which helps in humanitarian services. Because we are seeing that the cost of delivering humanitarian services or grants to the end user, it will cost a lot of money. The administrative cost only takes about maybe 40, 50, or 60%. The user does not pay, actual beneficiary does not pay the total amount. Right? So there are solutions around being able to provide humanitarian services, and so many things that you can do with cryptocurrency is using blockchain technology. There's also a product that's out there, there's a project that's out there who what they do is provide solutions to for HR for payments, and they are able to stream, you connect to your HR software, you're able to stream payments to people in almost real time. So probably if you're working 10 hours, you're getting your money, I know it's for 30 days till you get money, you're getting your money almost, as you're working, you're not able to verify that you're going to work and you deliver the message that you're doing. People are applying cryptocurrency and digital solutions so many. One that touches my heart very much is this space is for identity management. And not just identity management, protecting people's identities. Because what we have now is everybody, not everybody, but most companies or businesses will verify your identity through KYC. So how many people are actually storing that data properly? We don't want not the technology which we are particularly using knowledge. We're able to actually verify identities without transferring the identity document or identity information to the companies who do not necessarily need your data for anything, because at the end of the day, the analysis or bad according to who end up taking people's IDs and opening bank accounts for them, those kind of situations. So I believe that we all need to open our minds. The financial part is not going away, that's possible to try to but let's explore everything around blockchain technology. We can use blockchain technology, there's particular SME, we are talking about being able to use blockchain technology in our system, our electionary system. Basically the same thing that we do with every business. The business will be successful if we're able to solve the problem. Like
all right.
Blockchain technology able to solve problems. In logistics, in supply chain, blockchain technology has a role to play.
All right, thank you very much.
We all buying and selling. Buying and selling will give us the keep change now, every now and then.
All right, so we'll take one question from the audience now. If you have a question, kindly raise up your hand. All right, so we'll take two.
Hello?
Good afternoon, everyone. My question is, what do you think blockchain has to do with real estate? Do you see it going anywhere, blockchain and real estate? And I wanted to ask a question on the NFT. He was talking about non-fungible tokens. So where do you see blockchain going with NFT? Do you see any future with blockchain and what is it called? Real estate. Blockchain and real estate. Is there any future with it?
Can you speak out so we can hear your question?
My question is there any future with blockchain and real estate? Do you see it going anywhere?
Blockchain and real estate.
Yeah.
Okay, so even though this session is not focused on that, but I guess we just have to answer you. I think when Chris was doing his presentation, if you were here, you would have heard him say something about House Africa, where, of course, I'm one of the advisors in House Africa project, where they are utilizing blockchain technology to solve the problem of land registry. Now, you have to understand that what blockchain is all about is decentralized database. So it brings in the fact that you can have an immutable record in a decentralized ledger. And that concept is a big concept that can be applied into almost every sector of human life and economy. So how does it work with real estate, to be specific to your question? You could look at real estate crowdfunding too, where you can have fractional ownership of a property. People can come together to buy a big property that one individual would have found very difficult to buy. And utilizing blockchain technology, they can split the cost of that property into smaller units, enabling every Dick, Tom, and Harry to be able to afford to buy it and gain from it. Let's say there's a property in a prime location in Lekki and it's going for ₦1 billion. And you know you can't afford it. You could use blockchain technology to tokenize that property. And 1,000 people or 500 people or 100 people can buy fractions of that property and share in the returns. So that when all of us collectively buy it, when people rent it, let's say it's a facility place for events, people rent it and they pay. Each person gets return based on the amount that he contributed. Okay, so that's already being worked on by a whole lot of companies that are out there using blockchain technology. I hope that answers your question.
All right, thank you very much. So we've come to the end of the session. Sorry, we don't have much time left. We've come to the end of the session. Thank you very much.
Let's put our hands together for them.